Severance. I'm so excited as a huge fan. Am I good to go ahead and bring everyone out? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing out the cast of Severance. Dichen Lachman, Tullock, Bock, Gwendoline Christie, Ólafur Darri Ólafsson, Tramell Tillman, Britt Lower, Patricia Arquette, Adam Scott, Erickson, and Ben Getting seated.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Just a little seating confusion. They told me outies about
Sorry, guys.
seating.
That was on me.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
Hi, Quinta. Choreography and merriment.
Hey, Adam.
Hi.
What's up, you guys?
How are you? Thanks for doing this.
Oh, anytime. I've been a fan of this show since day one, since first season, first episode. And I used my then Twitter account to tell the world about it. I wanted everyone to watch this show. So I'm really, really excited. We're going to move this really fast, you guys, because we don't have that much time. I need to ask the pressing questions first. What are the goats?
Well, it's a mammalian animal, bred for meat and...
Tell me what the goats are about, though, for real. It's just us in this room. Whoever watches it knows that.
Well, we saw in this episode that there is a ceremonial sacrificial component to their existence.
Yes.
And I believe that it was said to guide a cherished woman to Kier's door.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of what that means, or if there are other applications for the goats, we're just gonna have to wait.
We're gonna have to wait until season 3, which was just announced. As it should be. Could you imagine if Apple didn't? Okay, focus on the paper. So we're gonna bust down these cast questions because I have some more, but I want to get to each of you guys. So Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, my friend, you did an incredible double mark scene. That was really You played many, many fantastic characters in the past, Mark being really incredible. What was it like filming that scene? That was just a lot to even watch as a viewer. So what was it like to film it?
Filming the mark-on-mark action.
Yes.
It was hard. I think that Dan and Bo Williman and Mark Friedman really did a great job of writing it because it was a really complicated thing. Right, like we knew at some point it would have to happen because the two were sort of on this collision course all season, so they had to communicate at some point. It's a tricky thing to write because there's all this stuff they need to talk about, all these sort of emotional components of it, but also there has to be sort of a novelty to it too. It's weird. It's weird for them to be talking to each other. And so I think there were, there were versions, so many versions where they're talking about like, why does our hair smell? Like, what kind of shampoo is it?
That's good.
But then we couldn't really do that because there wasn't time in it. So you didn't want it to be silly, and so there were all these different versions. We worked through all of them when we were on the set, and they were writing right up until the last second. But it was just so lucky that how well written it was, and that Ben was there directing it, and Ben and Jeff editing it really did a huge service to the scene as well. It was challenging but super fun, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh man, I have so many more questions about that. Specifically the editing, but I'm gonna keep going and I'll text you, Adam. The fantastic Patricia Arquette, I have a question for you. So, Harmony has a major reveal with episode 8, as we learn she's the genius behind Severance. Did you know this was the case before this season? I'm very curious about that, and how did that inform the way Kobel approached her responses to Lumen this season?
Well, very early on, at the very beginning of the first season, we had talked about her mom being poisoned, and the company town, and the ether, and the school she went to, and all these kinds of things. and the breathing tube and all of that, and that she was instrumental. I didn't know exactly all of the things. Having said that, when she says everything, it's like, you're breaking up with somebody, like, I did everything! Did you really do everything? I mean, there were other people also doing some of everything. But anyway, she did a lot.
She did. And that breathing tube scene was very special. Very, very good work. Okay. Britt, hey girl. Britt, you have another dual character situation that had to have been challenging to play. How'd you navigate playing Helena and also playing Helly? Did I do the order right? Yeah, you're playing Helena, playing Helly. What the hell was that like?
Yeah, that was a really wonderful 5D chess game that Dan gifted me. Thank you, Dan. Helena is doing the job of what we do as actors in the first 4 episodes. She's trying to slip into the perspective of someone else. And what was really interesting to me about it was that she got to see how Mark and Irving and Dylan look and behave with Helly are. These connections that she didn't earn. And I think it really rattles her and changes the way she has been brought up in this high control company to think of the innies as subhuman. But it also opens up her own kind of understanding of herself.
Yes, amazing character growth. That felt very rewarding after season 1. I just, keep going. So, Zach, my man, where are you? Hey, Zach. We learned a lot about Dylan's home life this season. Super exciting, very fun for the audience. Were there important aspects to nail when playing any Dylan versus the Audi Dylan? And how was it with, working with Merritt Weaver?
Working with Merritt was amazing, and she really helped me kind of figure that out as we were doing it. As far as Innie versus Audi, one of the primary ways I thought about it is the Innie is sort of a version of the Audi who doesn't have any of the baggage that the Audi has accrued just from existing in the real world. And so he's able to be this extremely confident version of himself, and it was really fun, kind of seeing the other version of him and then watching them learn more about each other and seeing the ways in which they kind of move a little bit closer together over the course of the season.
Awesome. All right. Dichen. Hey, girl. Gemma's reveal is one of the biggest surprises of the season. What went into playing all those different sides of her, from the backstory in 207 to all the Innie versions of her versus Miss Casey?
It was very exciting to play all the different Innies, and there was so much work that went into distinguishing one from the other. I think the most rewarding was probably going to the emotional heart of it, which was the Gemma character. And I had an extraordinary time, probably the most, it was like a pinnacle moment in my life to work with such an incredible crew who put so much detail into creating the environment around her and her look, and obviously Ben and Dan and Adam and Mark and Jessica. We spent a day rehearsing in the house just talking about, Dan, I think you were writing 10 so you couldn't be there. But it was
it's
such
fine.
it was such a collaboration, and there are a lot of fingerprints on that performance, and I just feel really lucky that I got the chance to inhabit her, because we just have such a short time to spend with Gemma and have the audience care for her, and it felt like everyone was really pulling their weight to make it happen.
Incredible. I actually have a little intermission question. How long does it take to film one episode of this show? It's very beautiful, and the episodes are longer, so I'm curious.
Yeah. A number of days. It varies from episode to episode. We don't shoot the show in sequence. We block shoot. So like if we have scenes that take place at Lumen, we'll go down to New Jersey to the Bell Labs building and shoot for a week and cover maybe 3 episodes, and then come back in like 3 or 4 months and shoot another 3 episodes. So a lot of the times we're piecing together episodes over the course of months, and that's just the nature of, because our locations are kind of all over the place. So sometimes it could be, I think our average was 18.6 days because we had 186 days of shooting on this season.
Nice, love math. And
There's also festivals for Kier that we have to stop.
I also think
Praise
it's
Q.
amazing that Jersey gets to say it's home to Lumen. I don't know if that's good or bad, but good for New Jersey. All right, let's keep it moving. Michael,
Yes, ma'am.
what's going on?
Not me.
No, Michael, I'm sorry, you have to wait.
Oh my God.
Sorry, boo. Jen, come on, Jen.
This feels right.
Jen,
She's the better half.
I'll be back.
Number of pulls.
Devon makes quite the shift to trusting harmony with her brother's life. What do you think propels this shift?
I think she's pissed as hell. And I think she's tired. I think she's breastfeeding. I think she's got a screaming baby at home with this guy who she loves, but also maybe is not handling the feeding part very well. And I think she's exhausted and terrified. So I think she's like, it's this plan or no plan, so let's go for it.
I love that. She's breastfeeding, that's why. All right, Mike, on back.
Was she having to pump too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They had to pad my bra, if you want to know the truth, to make that look real, because the good Lord did not give me what was required for that scene.
Wow, thanks for telling us that.
You got it.
All right, Michael, I'm back. Ricken's book is well received by Lumen.
Thank you.
Do we think he drinks the Lumen Kool-Aid? And or is he just like, is this much more, what's going on? Does he drink the Kool-Aid, or is there more here than we know?
Yeah. I think he makes the Kool-Aid, he drinks the Kool-Aid, he packages the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I mean, I think he's crafted this persona and this sort of lifestyle that he's adhering to, for better or for worse, you know.
Okay. So he is a part of it. He's not nefarious.
He
and
is
like
the
himself.
which Kool-Aid?
Well,
Sorry.
He's not just selling the Kool-Aid. He likes
His own Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He's dipping in his own. Okay.
Wait, what is the Kool-Aid?
Wait, what is the question? Yeah.
What flavor?
Ask him.
He's
Okay.
basically that big thing that breaks through the wall.
Yeah.
That is him.
He's the pitcher of Kool-Aid, yeah.
And that's why Devon is pumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did acid before I came here this morning, so I'm just happy to be here. Thanks.
Sarah, where is our little Sarah? Playing such a welcome character this season, which audiences find both comical and feel a sense of sadness for her situation. Do you think she knows that her situation isn't that of a normal kid's? Does she know that? Or to her, is this internship just considered appropriate, even coveted? Is she into it? What do you think about her?
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine she's grown up with this company since it's kind of her normal. And it kind of seems like she has a similar situation to Kobel. So, I mean, maybe it's not that abnormal for the people who are a part of this. But, I mean, it's definitely really sad to watch because she's not living a normal childhood at all.
No, it's not. It's really depressing. Gwendoline.
How dare you, Quinta?
It's good writing. I want more for my girl, Gwendoline.
Thank you, honestly.
Lorne is certainly one of the most unique characters in Severance, which is saying a lot of unique characters here, with an interesting and intense dedication to her role. What was the most fun aspect of joining the cast and playing Lorne?
So I've made absolutely no secret of the fact that I was a huge fan of the show in season 1, truly. And I really never imagined that I would end up in the show. I mean, I'm not sure, something in another dimension happened that caused this to occur. But I love that actually this is a role unlike one I've ever played before, of the intense pressure cooker-like nature of being forced to operate in a corporate environment. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm really ill-suited to operating within any kind of parameters at all. And I love that I was, can I say this word? Kicking ass again? I didn't think I liked it anymore, but I do.
Love to see you do it. It's very welcome. You can do it forever. I always like it. Okay, Ólafur, how are we, sir?
Thank you for not booing.
Mr. Drummond is very protective of the family and Lumen. And Lumen. Do you think Mr. Drummond really believes in what is being done at Lumen, or is he just as in the dark as everyone else?
I think Mr. Drummond is one of the very dangerous people that we have seen throughout history that enforce tyranny and all kinds of stuff that goes on and has gone on throughout history. So I don't think he spends much time thinking about the mission. He's just acting upon the orders he's given and doing that. Kind of the only thing that I find sad about him being gone is that he and Helena obviously liked each other and thought she could seek something from him, some kind of humanity. And I really, really enjoyed playing that part of the character. And then I also really enjoyed playing the horrible, horrible person that Mr. Drummond is.
I have brain rot from so many different shows and movies, but I was like, he's not really good, is he? But that's it. A wonderful job, wonderful character.
Thank you very much.
See my time, man, so I think I'm okay. So I just wanted to ask a few more questions. Dan, I had a question.
Tramell! No, come back!
That I have to ask it on stage. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, and I can't see down there because of smallness. Hi. So first of all, you led a rousing performance last night. I'm not sure if you guys saw. That kind of leads me to my question, which I think you get to be one of the most fun. I never know what's coming with your character as far as what you're gonna get to do on this show. Felt that way in season 1. I mean, you're able to showcase so many different wonderful skills and just different. As an actor, I really admire how much you get to showcase on this show. So I'm just curious about what it's like. Do you know before you get a script what they're gonna have you doing? Did you know?
They tell me on the day.
No, but what's it like when you took this role? Did you know you become so many memes, so many, such a large part of the culture?
Absolutely not. I had no idea, and we were all finding it, like who this guy was, and if he drinks the Kool-Aid or serves the Kool-Aid or packages the Kool-Aid, we didn't know, or if he was the Kool-Aid, but so it was just so fun to really find and explore how Milchick has just evolved from season 1 to season 2. He goes from serving as Kobel's second to now running the show.
And I'm just curious, and it's a very behind the process thing, but season 1, did you know that this is where he would be going, to this place of now running things?
No. No clue.
Was there any adjustment there for you to be like, okay, I have to, he's a little bit more of a clearer bad guy now?
There was a moment of celebration. Said, finally, it's Milchick's turn.
Yeah. Love that. Okay, so I don't know where I can't see. I'm sorry, but I'm good. Okay, so I had a question about Dan for you about the writing of this world. It is so much to keep track of. It's so layered. I'm always curious about in season 1 if you know where you're going in season 2 and now season 3. Is this kind of a challenge every day when you enter the writer's room? And from hearing that you guys sometimes are writing until the last minute, what does it take to keep track of such a vast world with these incredible characters? I have to, how do you make this question simpler? Do you have a good time writing this show?
Yeah, I mean, I've had to forego certain things like hobbies and interpersonal relationships.
I bet.
Yeah, we have a great time doing it, and it is. I think it is something where you have to find a balance between having a roadmap and knowing where you're going, and also being open to being surprised and delighted by certain things that happen as you're shooting or in the edit, where you're like, oh, there's suddenly this whole other part of it there that I didn't foresee, and now we have to explore that. But it's a matter of kind of having a solid enough endpoint in mind that you can take those little side quests and kind of eventually weave your way back to what you were always setting out to say.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, we've got these big like conspiracy theory looking, boards up in the writer's room that make us all look like crazy people.
I bet. I can't imagine. Watching the show makes me look like a crazy person, so I can only imagine. You guys are going to do a season 3. I'm going to ask a question that you're going to hate, but I know that people want to know. Will it be in another 3 years? Do you think we will see it soon?
Well, season 1 took a long time because of COVID. Season 2, we had the strikes.
Yeah, I remember.
This season we're I mean, barring like a big hole opening up in the earth and just swallowing all of us down into the magma, I think it should be faster.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also an asteroid that might hit the Earth.
Well, there was an asteroid, but they're saying now it probably won't. Okay. So I think we're going to be okay.
So definitely, less than 3 years. No, I mean, that was, of course, we want to try, I mean, there's so many things that happened.
There's so many things.
But,
Can I say something though? Thank you for, look, if you're gonna wait that long, you really want it to be good. Thank you for giving us a very good season of Tullock. It's okay. Take all the time you need.
Yeah, I mean, we were so grateful that the audience was still there, honestly. Like, you don't know, 3 years is a millennium, really, in culture. And so, but we did feel when we were working on it with all the things that were happening, that it was that sort of thing, like we have to make sure that we are putting something out there that we feel good about when we finally get out there. Maybe sometimes it takes longer, but you have to hopefully trust that it'll be worth it. So, and we're grateful that people were there.
And so are we. I like the idea of taking our time as audiences to receive good work. Everything doesn't have to be so fast. It's nice when you're just getting good things to watch. Do you guys have a favorite fan theory online? There's been many. I don't know if you see any of them, and this is for everyone. Writers, directors.
Recently, there's been a theory I've seen more than once that Ricken is a goat.
Yes. Oh yes, I know that one.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's a typo because we're supposed to say the goat.
That's not a theory, that's a fact, Mike.
There's something about Milchick about it's still whether or not he's actually bad, which I think is very interesting. And then I've seen some about Lorne. Just what is going on? I think that's really. I think maybe it's not a theory. It's just what is the question.
We're all asking.
It was cool when they were getting ready for her, and they were coming together with all the costumes and everything. I was in the makeup trailer for something, and they were making all these different wigs with braids, and they were talking about this one has a wig for a braid for folly, and a braid for this. This one is braided like this kind of basket, which is like a cornucopia. And they were making all these test kind of ideas, which were so cool and so wedded with this, whole Lumen ideology in her hair.
It has to be. It has to be said that working on the show and getting to see the stuff that sadly you won't ever see, but was there, built into the sets, in the costumes, the amount of quality and work that the people, the creators and the crew on the show did is just above and beyond. And I remember asking Ben, is someone documenting these things? And everyone's just like, no, we're just trying to get through this. But yeah, it's just the incredible work. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I would say just on what Darri said, that, and this is, a lot of people are in guilds here, that, like, it is, I really feel it's a very collaborative show. And I don't know, in other shows, I'm sure you have a crew and people you work with that you start to know each other, and then the actors start to know the characters better than us, really, because they're advocating always for their characters, and then our costume design and our props department and cinematography and production design and all of it. Everybody is bringing so much on their own. Like, that's what you're talking about with the wigs. It's like people are bringing so many of their own ideas, and that's really a big part of the process of making the show. When Dan talks about like how we kind of get there, we always know where we're going in the end, but we want to be open to that part of the process where somebody will come, like Kat Miller, our prop master, will come up with, like in this episode, the card from Milchick, and there's like a little cutout waffle in there. That wasn't in any script or anything. That was just Kat Miller, our prop master, made that. So those kinds of things are,
Yeah, well, sometimes like walk on those that, like the birthing cabin, those fire irons.
Yeah.
Like, I want those. No, I want those. Wait a minute, is that?
Yeah, that was Jeremy Hindle
designed.
Yeah, Jeremy designed the fire irons and had the pregnant, Kier. That kind of stuff is happening all the time.
Awesome. And then Ben, you directed 5 episodes this season. Yeah. I'm sorry, does that mean I'm done or that I have 5 minutes?
We can stop there, it's okay.
Wrap it up. He says to wrap it up. Okay. My last question is, guys, people are really excited for season 3. I think that now that people really, really love this show. Was there a point, since there was such a large break, that you realized that the excitement was major in season 2? Like, I just felt like it blew up, and I think I saw that it was the most streamed show on Apple.
It's the most streamed, yeah.
That's really cool, guys. That's really cool. I hope you're celebrating that.
It's great.
It's really great. Anything you're looking forward to or can tell us about season 3?
I mean, Ben is right here. He will tackle me off this stage.
I understand and I
If I
respect
say
that.
anything, so no.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations.